What if I told you there's a superpower you can give your child today, and it costs less than a cup of coffee? No, it's not a savings account. No, it's not a stock portfolio. It's a story and a tiny habit. Here's the mistake most parents make, and I made it too. We tell our kids, save your money. We repeat it over and over. But here's the problem. Saving is passive. Saving just means don't spend. And kids think that's the whole game. What we forget to teach them is what happens next. When money isn't just sitting there, but actually working, growing, multiplying. That concept has a name. You've probably heard it. It's called compound interest. And the reason kids don't get it is because we use math. Percentages, interest rates, annual yields, eyes glaze over, kids check out. But what if we stopped using math entirely? Let me tell you about Sophia. She's 8 years old and absolutely obsessed with strawberries. One afternoon, her dad gives her a choice. He holds up a single strawberry seed in one hand and a strawberry in the other. Sophia, he says, you can eat this strawberry right now, or you can plant this seed. Sophia eats the strawberry, obviously. But then her dad says, that seed you just gave up? In 6 weeks, it would have grown into a plant with 10 strawberries, and those 10 could have grown into 100. Sophia's eyes go wide. So I traded 100 strawberries. For one? Yep, says her dad. That's exactly what happens when you spend money instead of growing it. That moment is when Sophia understood compound interest, not from a formula, from a story. Money is not a rock. It doesn't just sit there. Money is a living thing. Every dollar you save is like a tiny worker. That worker earns a small wage, let's call it a coin. Now here's the magic part. That coin also becomes a worker, and so does the next one, and the next. Over time, you don't have one worker. You have hundreds, thousands, all working for you. All the time, even when you're sleeping. Kids love the idea of an army of tiny workers. It's fun, it's visual. And the earlier they start, the bigger that army gets. Ready for another one? Imagine you're at the top of a snowy hill. You grab a tiny snowball and start rolling it down. At first, it's small, slow, not very impressive. But as it rolls, it picks up more snow, and more, and more. By the time it reaches the bottom, it's massive, unstoppable. That snowball is your money. And the hill? That's time. The longer the hill, the longer you let it roll, the bigger the snowball gets. The only mistake you can make? Stopping it halfway down. That's what happens when kids spend their savings early. They have to start over. Okay, so how do you actually teach this at home? I'm going to give you a system you can set up this weekend. It's called the 3-jar money growing system. Jar 1, spend. This is money your child can use freely. Today, for fun. For that ice cream or that toy car they saw. Jar 2, save. This is money they're setting aside for a specific goal. A toy, a game, something they really want. Short-term saving. Jar 3, grow. This is the magical jar. Every time money goes in here, it works. It earns. Tell your child, this jar is alive. Once a week, when your child gets their allowance, divide it together. You decide the split at maybe 40% spend, 30% save, 30% grow. The key is to make the grow jar feel special. Use a clear jar so they can see it filling up. Celebrate every milestone. And when it's big enough, open a real savings account together. Let them watch the balance grow online. That's when it becomes real. Now, before I give you the most important lesson, I need to warn you about a mistake. It's a mistake almost every parent makes. The mistake is waiting, thinking there's a right age to start. Parents say she's only 5, or we'll talk about money when they're older. And so they wait. And the snowball never starts rolling. But a 5-year-old doesn't need to understand interest rates. They understand seeds. They need to understand that seeds grow into trees, that small things become big things, that patience is powerful, that's compound interest. The single most important ingredient isn't the rate. It isn't the amount, it's time. And every year you wait is a year of growth you'll never get back. You don't need to be a financial expert. You just need to tell the story of the seed. Roll the snowball, label the jars. That's enough, that's everything. When you teach your child about compound interest, you're not just teaching them about money. You're teaching them patience, discipline, gratification. These are the skills that build confident adults. Adults who don't panic. Adults who make calm, clear decisions. Adults who feel in control of their lives. And it all starts with a seed, a snowball, 3 jars on a shelf. You've got this, and now, so do they. See you in the next one. If this video gave you one new idea, hit subscribe. We share simple ways to raise financially confident kids every week. Thanks for watching.